Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to talk to you about fatigue.
Used to be so happy, but without you here I feel so low.
Now specifically, I want to talk about fatigue while you're working out, while you're lifting weights, because that's kind of the direction that I've been going lately. Fatigue can really happen to anybody. It shows itself in a variety of ways. You could be weaker than usual, you can feel lightheaded, dizzy, shaky, especially like shaky muscles, I feel like are a big sign of fatigue. Yawning during your workouts, that's another sign of fatigue. And just like overall, like I think weakness is probably the biggest thing. Like I always feel like I can't lift as heavy as I really know I can. So that's like the biggest, I guess the biggest symptom for me. This can occur to anyone. It's not just for newbies at the gym. It can happen to someone who goes to the gym who's been going to the gym for years, or somebody who's just started. Also, this can occur during short-term and prolonged exercises. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to do with the fact that you've been working out for a long time and now you're tired. That's a different type of fatigue. That means that your muscles have been worked out. So I want to talk about what some of the reasons were for it, so you can make sure that you are getting everything done before your workout so that you're not fatigued during your workouts, because there is nothing worse than what just happened to me on Saturday, so like 5 days ago, where you get to the gym. It was Saturday at like 10 a.m. and I was so ready to do this leg workout. I hadn't had a heavy leg day in a couple weeks, and I was just really excited. I said, oh, I want to get in there. I really want to squat. I'm going to do a lot of sets of lower reps. I want to lift a lot of weight, and I was really excited about it. And as soon as I was on my first set of squats, I was squatting 95. Is that what I do? Yeah, 95, which I know I'm weak in general. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not the type of fatigue I'm talking about. I squat 95 normally. So when I got to the squat rack, I put the 25s on both sides, decided to do a warm up, and I started squatting, and I felt very, very weak. I felt like this isn't right. Like I'm getting really tired. I'm really out of breath. I was yawning in the middle of it. So I put the weights back and I said, okay, like I'm just gonna take a couple break and maybe I'll lower the weight a little bit. So I did do some just regular bar squats, so without any weight on it, just squatting the bar. And then I put the weight back on, and it happened again where I was just really, really exhausted, and I felt like I just couldn't get through the workout. And I think I ended up doing 3 sets of maybe 6 to 10 squats, and then I went and did deadlifts. I only did 4 sets of 12, and I think the weight was low. I can't remember. And then I did, I don't remember, one more leg workout. But honestly, after that, I was like, I gotta call it quits. I can't do this anymore. I'm way too exhausted. I'm yawning. My legs are shaking, and I've only done three exercises. So what's going on? And I'd had this problem in the past, so it was kind of really frustrating for me that I was like, what is this again? Like, why? Like, some days I can go to the gym and I can, do my workout with no problem. Obviously, it's not an easy workout, but it's not like I can't finish. I was kind of afraid that I was gonna have 2 25s on the bar for the squat rack, and I was gonna fall. Like, that's embarrassing. So I just thought it was probably better and safer for me to go home and just take kind of like a rest day. So I want to talk about some of the reasons that someone can get fatigued. I have done a lot of research on this, and by research I mean Google, bodybuilding.com, those types of things. And here are the 5 main reasons that I think are true for me, and that are probably true for any of you guys having the same problem, that are leading to fatigue. So here we go. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this can also happen during cardio. It's not just weightlifting. I've actually had it happen to me during cardio, where going for a run, or especially like on a Stairmaster, where it's something like a kind of like a complex cardio, where you're using a lot of like your muscles, especially like bigger muscles. I feel like your leg muscles or your lower body. I've been fatigued during that, where you feel like after 5 minutes you feel like you're gonna fall off. So these are gonna help with that as well. So the first thing is a warm up. This seems so easy, like so simple. Like, of course you need to warm up. Like, everybody knows you need to warm up, but do we all really warm up? Honestly, do we warm up? Okay, what do you do to warm up? You stretch a little bit, you do a couple stretches. Well, according to the internet, and according to my experience, warming up is really getting your body ready to exert itself more than it has been just from your day-to-day life, what you normally do, just like walking around and whatever, living life. It's getting you ready to increase that exertion. So along with that, your body temperature and your metabolic rate are both increasing, and they're priming for your muscles to work out. So basically they're like getting your muscles ready, saying like, get ready, you're gonna work out, we're gonna need you. An ideal warm-up, I would think, is to do like 10 minutes of stretching. You definitely wanna focus on the area that you're working out. So for leg stretches, you wanna make sure that you're definitely stretching out the hamstrings, your glutes, and your quads. So I just do some simple standing stretches, focus on active continuous movement, so you can do like leg swings, that kind of stuff. Another way that you can warm up is to walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes. I definitely think that you should do both of these things together, not at the same time, but separately. I think that I usually do the best when I do a 10-minute warm up on the treadmill and then stretch a little bit afterwards and then start my program. I feel like that's probably best for getting your heart rate ready and up and ready to work out. So that was something I didn't do on Saturday. I may have done like a hamstring stretch and then jumped right on the squat rack. So that was my mistake number one. And the second reason for fatigue that I kind of want to make number one, because I feel like this is the answer to every question in the fitness world, is dehydration. Make sure you're drinking more water. This was a huge problem that I had on Saturday. I think I had a coffee and that was it that morning. So I was severely dehydrated. Even a very slight amount of dehydration can severely affect your strength and your body balance, basically. So you want to make sure they're always staying hydrated, always drinking a ton of water. I read something on bodybuilding.com, I'm not sure, I can't remember where, if it was like in the comments or something, but when you're dehydrated, your blood actually gets thicker, and so it's harder for your heart to pump the blood to those parts of your body that need it. So that's kind of disgusting. And also it's kind of a good visual for showing, like, obviously you want to make sure that you're not having, what do they call it? They called it muck blood or something. I don't know, something sick. But you don't want to have thick blood. You want to be able to pump the blood to those muscles so that they can perform to their full potential, obviously. So drink more water. You don't want thick blood. Especially if you're working out intensely and you're sweating a lot, you want to make sure that you are replacing that water. And if you're really sweating a lot, or you're in a hot environment, or if you're working out for a long amount of time, definitely include BCAAs into your workout regimen. It'll help to refuel you with those electrolytes and gives you some of the proteins back as well that you need to maintain your energy level in that kind of environment for a long time. So definitely add BCAAs. I feel like they really help me with energy. But yeah. And this is how I knew that I was dehydrated on Saturday. If you take a drink of water during your workout and you find yourself chugging it, you're dehydrated. Like, that's pretty simple. And I was definitely doing that. I was going for a drink of water and just wanted to chug the whole thing. I didn't, because I knew it's not good. But yeah, so I was dehydrated. Gotta drink more. Wake up every morning and have a glass of water and then have your coffee and then drink a little more water. Or get LaCroix and then drink like a case of these a week, or 5 like me and my boyfriend do. The third reason that I have down for fatigue is overtraining. This also seems like an obvious one, but when you're exercising, you're breaking down your muscle. You're breaking it down so that when it rebuilds stronger. So if you're continuously working out, your body is continuing to break down those muscles, and if you don't stop and give it a rest, your body is going to break down, basically. Your body only gets stronger when you give it rest, so make sure that you're incorporating at least 1 rest day a week. Aim for 1 rest day, or if you have to, like an active yoga day, something like that, something where you're not engaging your muscles. So like, especially weightlifting, definitely go for 1, maybe even 2 rest days a week, because you want to make sure that your muscles are being rebuilt. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. Overtraining can also lead to insomnia and chronic injuries, so you just want to stay away from that. Okay, I get it. I get we all want to be stronger, but it takes time. So be consistent. That is your number 1 way to get stronger. Be consistent and consistently have a rest day. The number 4 reason for fatigue is a sugar crash. We all know that a pre-workout meal is very important, but make sure that you're not only going for carbs to fuel your workout. Carbs are metabolized real fast and are metabolized into sugar, so we all know what a sugar crash feels like. For your pre-workout meal, you should definitely aim for about 30 grams of carbs, 15 grams of protein if you're someone like me. If you're like a male, a lot older or a lot bigger, then obviously a little bit more. But for me, 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, 15 grams of protein. Good example, I usually eat some berries or a banana with Greek yogurt. So that is something that I love. The fifth reason that I have for fatigue is anemia. So this is a little bit of a more medical one. I've actually had an issue with this in the past, but I don't currently have it. Anemia is where you have too low of an iron count in your blood. Iron is used in the blood to deliver the oxygen to your muscles. Muscles need oxygen in order to work out. They need oxygen in order to lift things and get stronger and break down. So if you don't have enough iron doing that, then obviously your muscles aren't going to work properly. So this is something that you probably have to go to a doctor to diagnose. Obviously you might think that you have anemia, but definitely don't self-diagnose yourself, because overdoses of iron can also cause a lot of problems. So make sure that you go see a doctor. Don't just listen to me. There's really simple ways to get over an iron deficiency. There's iron pills that you can be prescribed to. There might even be something over the counter that you can do, and it's pretty common, so especially for women. So yeah, low iron count. Even mild deficiencies in iron can lead to extreme fatigue. Some other symptoms of low iron are insomnia, dizziness, leg cramps, pale skin, and easy bruising. So if that sounds familiar, make sure to talk to your doctor like ASAP. So those are the 5 reasons that I think that I suffer from fatigue, or that I have suffered from fatigue in the past. There's obviously probably plenty of other reasons, like medication, hormones, stress, sleep, illness, allergies. I don't know, there's probably a million more. But these are the ones that I think that are most important for me. I have made a change, and I've been stretching dynamically before every single workout. I've been drinking a ton of water, which is actually pretty awesome, because I've always kind of been low on water, and now that I'm seeing it really take effect during my workouts, I've been drinking a ton more. It's been really good for me. So yeah, so follow these tips. If you guys have any other tips, make sure to comment them down below. And if you have any comments on anything, also comment that down below. And I hope you guys all have great workouts and you're not fatigued. Drink more water.